Last month was extremely amazing and challenging. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Ridwanullah family. Welcome back to another episode of Ridwanullah TV Monthly Goals Report. I'm your host, Life, Financial Freedom, and Work Maximizer, Hussein Mohamud, working to help you completely maximize your life, financial freedom, and work in this dunya and in the akhirah by the grace, will, and for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Verily, all praise and thanks are due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our creator, owner, and sustainer, the one who's worthy of all worship without any associates or intermediaries. And may the peace and blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be upon the most esteemed leader and most honorable teacher, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, his family, his companions, and those who follow him until the day of judgment. Allahumma ameen. So, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. This is the monthly goals report for Rabi-II. If I'm not pronouncing it incorrectly, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And it's been an amazing month and a very challenging month at the same time. As you guys can see, I've switched back to the Hijri calendar. And inshallah, this time I feel like I'm going to go all in, all out, and completely apply myself to the Hijri calendar, Hijri 45-week year productivity system, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's what it'll be from now on and moving forward. There's a lot of fear and inner conflicts and problems and challenges that could come along with that for some reason. But at the same time, I've made the decision, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, and that's what I will stick with. All the work that I'm going to be doing is going to be based on that, in consideration of the Gregorian calendar as well. So we are in the year of 1441. We just finished Rabi-II. We are in that was the fourth month. We just started the fifth month, which is Jumadul-Ula, if I'm pronouncing that correctly once again, and that's the fifth month, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So we're roughly about 34% into the year, and that's pretty much what it is. So for those who are coming back, welcome back to the monthly goals report. For those who are new, this is the monthly goals report where I give you the goals and dreams that I have in all areas of my life, my financial freedom, as well as work, whether that's my job and or businesses. And alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, I tell you what my goals and dreams are, where I'm at right now based on how far I've come, and what is left of each of my goals. So that's what I'm going to be going through, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And the reasons why I do that, number one, first and foremost, is to gain closeness to and achieve the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through the footsteps of his beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. The other reason is to be held accountable, to make sure that I maximize my potential to the best of my abilities, and just make sure that I achieve all of my goals and dreams, not only in this dunya but more importantly in the akhirah, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And the other reason is to inspire and motivate you guys to do the same, if not better, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, if you're already not doing better, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Another reason that I can think about is ongoing charities. Building an online presence and business is one thing that is extremely important, especially in today's age of the freedom and the flexibility that it provides, and the potential wealth that it carries, whether that's tangible or intangible wealth that you can think about. So that's another reason why I do it. The other reason, and last but not least, is I'm trying to leave a legacy, right? I'm trying to leave you guys with something that even after I'm gone, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, will be beneficial, will be able to help energize, excite, inspire, and motivate you to go after your goals and dreams for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that is in essence what it is. So how I plan on doing it is I've already mentioned. I'm going to go through each category of my life, and within that you'll see the financial freedom as well as the work, and everything else within that capacity, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And real quick before I move on, sometimes I forget this, just to give you guys the sponsorships, announcements, and updates. Our default sponsor is Ridwanullah Organization, which is an aspiring global conglomerate primarily focused on and designed to help you completely maximize your life, financial freedom, and work. Not only in this dunya, but more importantly in the akhirah, for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you can gain more information at ridwanullah.com. And if you would like to sponsor, send your request to us, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, Ridwanullah Organization at gmail.com. Announcements and updates. We still have Ridwanullah University's Life Maximization Accelerator or program that we do on a monthly basis, so you guys can check that out. I'm working on 2 other programs, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. One of them is a financial freedom program that I'm developing right now, and then the other one is a business maximization program as well, to help accelerate your success, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, on all of these programs. The one that's live right now is the Ridwanullah University's Life Maximization program to help you accelerate your success. The ones that will be coming up in the next couple of months is the Financial Freedom Maximization Program and then the Business Maximization Program, along with so many other things that we're developing right now as I'm on the journey to, completely maximizing my life, financial freedom, as well as business, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So I hope that you guys could join us in those amazing programs and you guys could take benefit from it. The caveat, whatever, however you pronounce it, is that you have to get used to the Hijri 45-week year productivity system. Otherwise, at the very least, you're going to have to use it in relation to your Gregorian calendar system. So if you're able to overcome that initial hurdle and go through the challenge of that, then everything else will be amazing, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. For the most part, obviously, you have to put in your own work. So that's pretty much it. I'm still thinking about the Ridwanullah conference, annual conference, as well as the quarterly retreats that we're developing in the background as well. We're going to start it off here in Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm not sure if it's going to be, most likely not this year, 1441, but probably will officially start it in 1442, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's extremely exciting for Ridwanullah Organization, myself, and everybody else, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So something to look forward to. So I think that's pretty much it with the announcements and updates that I particularly can think about as of right now. I'm still developing the Ridwanullah Hijri 45-week year productivity planner. So it's something to keep in mind. That's just the actual planner that I use for my, to maximize my productivity. So keep that in mind. Maybe even with the planner will come a specific course that will explain that particular product and system to use, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. I was thinking about turning it into like an actual program, but I don't think it's that involved to create an actual program out of. But the other 3 programs are that involved, and then there's other courses that are a little bit under that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So something to keep in mind. I'm extremely excited, to be quite honest with you. I've been through a lot of problems and challenges to overcome. All of these different things that I've been through, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. But I'm trying to do things at the highest level, and I know doing things at the highest level have some beginning, humble and confident beginnings as well, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's what I'm trying to work through right now. I'm still in the transition phase, going back to the Hijri 45-week year productivity planner, productivity system, I should say. So alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. I appreciate your patience. I appreciate your love and support. A lot of people are starting to notice the channel. A lot of people are starting to notice the work. I know a lot of people are not engaged with it. And it could be disappointing at times, but I'm trying to keep my intentions and sincerity pure for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So whether you guys engage with it or not, I know some of you guys are benefiting from it. It's just funny because some people come up to me and be like, yeah, I like that thing, and then they actually didn't like it on social media. So I don't know why that is, but I know you guys are benefiting from it. If you guys could give it the thumbs up, even if you think it's not significant, it matters. Knowing that one particular, let's say even the whole world likes it or don't like it, but then there's that one person, that special person, whether you think you're special or not, likes it, and I'm like, wow, that's amazing. So I appreciate the loves, the loves and the thumbs up and the subscription and everything else. So please go ahead and do that. Really appreciate it, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's pretty much it for the housekeeping and everything else. So without further ado, last thing is there's been a lot of title changes and strategic shifts in terms of how I've moved around the different chunks and the sub chunks and the order of the goals that I've set. So that's something to keep in mind as you guys will see some updates. Maybe I'll mention it, maybe I don't. You guys will be able to just see the details, and you could work to implement it in your goals and dream strategy. And whatever is working great for you that I'm not using, let me know. And whatever is working great for me that you're potentially not using, I'll let you know as well, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's it, all the housekeeping. So we're going to dive into it, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And then we'll move on from there. So under the deen, so there's 4 categories: deen and self, family and relatives, finances and work, and world, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So all of that is under life, and my financial freedom will be under the finances and work, and my work and business will be under finances and work, obviously. So that's just some things to keep in mind as I'm going through the different types and goals in my life, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So under the first category, deen and self, the first subcategory is my deen. So the next goals that I'll share with you will be under that, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And since I've switched to back to the Hijri calendar, I'll be updating a lot of these goals, and that's the amazing part about doing my monthly goals reports. It allows me to update my goal strategies and update my goals and really look at what I've already accomplished and what is left. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So starting off with the first one, Bismillah, is I easily and successfully completed beginner level Arabic before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. So that one, sadly, I haven't been able to. Honestly, I've just been extraordinarily busy with other sides of my life. But I'm still looking forward to seeing what I can do, with learning the beginner level of Arabic, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, and improving on that. So that's where I'm at with that one. Haven't really started yet, so I'm looking forward to it, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. The next goal is I easily and successfully rememorized a particular juz before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. I've started that project, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Haven't really made a huge headway, I should say, but I'm alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Starting it was a huge battle for me, and being able to do that was a great step forward, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And it seems like a lot of these very important deen goals, I'm just too preoccupied with the finances and work and business side of my life right now, since I'm in the initial stages of just launching things. But I feel like the more I'm getting a little bit more advanced in my finances and work and business side of my life, I'm able to have more, just a little bit more money, time, energy, teamwork, energy and effort, and whatever else it takes for me to achieve it. So I'm looking forward to expanding that so I could dive deeper into these goals. But as of right now, sadly but reasonably, that's what's hindering me as of right now. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Looking forward to improving in that capacity as well. And that's one thing that you guys will notice when you're working on completely maximizing your life, financial freedom, work, and business, is that when you start becoming preoccupied with building a particular part of your life, it takes away a lot of the 5 ingredients that it takes for you to achieve everlasting blissful success in the different areas of your life. So just be ready for that and be willing to take that sacrifice, as I'm actually in the middle of doing right now. And it's not going to take as long as you think, and it's not going to be as short as you think. So it's somewhere in between. So just keep that in mind, that you'll be able to be preoccupied with a particular area of your life. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. When it comes to, the great things like your deen, your health and fitness and everything else, it's the same thing. It'll take away from your foundational and community service work with your family and relatives and things like that. When you're, investing a lot of focus and time, energy and effort in that part of your life, it sucks a lot of the 5 ingredients that you need from your finances and work side of your life to be able to achieve the financial freedom, work and businesses that you desire. So that's one thing that I've learned throughout this journey that was very, very important for me, that I was I was dreading a lot to do, but being in the middle of it, it's not as bad as I thought initially. So just to share with you guys, that insight has been an unbelievable insight for me. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, as I'm learning to build my business. It's not an easy process, but especially when it's an online business, there's a lot of limiting beliefs and everything else that you have to overcome, especially as a Muslim, and even that, a black Muslim. So, or whatever type of Muslim that you are. The important aspect of it is being a Muslim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So, I hope that makes sense, that you have to find the right balance between, your deen and self, part of your life, family and relatives, as well as the ummah and the world. That's one half of your life. The other half of your life is your finances and work, which includes your financial freedom, the different types of work that you do, which may be full-time business or including a job. So I've learned to kind of find the right balance and do it in the right way. I would like to think that I am doing it in the right way, but I'm just so absorbed in it right now that I could use a little bit of balance. So that's very, very important, even for me, as I'm sharing it with you, and talking it through helps me. I hope that it helps you as well, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully memorized another juz of the Quran before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. I haven't really done that yet, so looking forward to that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. And hopefully I'll be able to achieve most of it, if not all of it, and some this year. If not, I understand the reason why, and I'll be looking forward to it, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, in the future. So that's where I'm at with that. The next goal is I easily and successfully memorized at least 4 more authentic hadith before the end of the Hijjah of 1441, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. I haven't really started that yet. I'm just reviewing the authentic hadith that I've already memorized and looking forward to understanding that deeper. And then when the time comes, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, I'll be able to add on to that to the best of my abilities, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully purified myself from sins and transgressions before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, this is one of those goals where you really can't say one way or the other. But at the end of the day, you know yourself. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows you the best, and other people could speculate. But you know how you're improving in one way or the other. If you're gaining more, stress, anxiety, depression, apprehension, then obviously it just means that you have a lot more sins and transgressions that you need to purify yourself from through the trials and tribulations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well. But when you're finding a little bit more peace and contentment and bliss and success and all of these amazing things that you could imagine, then that just means that generally for the most part, you are gaining closeness to and achieving the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Jalla wa ala, through the footsteps of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So I would like to say that I'm improving on that. Honestly, I'll keep how much of it to myself. But alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, I'm headed in the right direction and I'm happy with that. But at the end of the day, we're human beings. We sin and transgress day and night. So I'm looking forward to improving on that even more so, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's where I'm at with that goal. And the next goal is I easily and successfully and consistently attended tafsir class on Saturdays and Sundays at the masjid before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. And that is, because of the other parts of my life right now, I haven't been able to attend as much as I would like to, but I am attending as much as I can. So that's a good step forward for me, and that's where I'm at with it. Hopefully when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows me, I won't be able to miss one of them. I'll be able to join all of them to the capacity that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows me. So inshallah, that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully and consistently attended fiqh class on Saturdays and Sundays at the masjid before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. And just to take a quick pause, a reflection, I'm switching completely to the Hijri calendar in consideration of the Gregorian calendar. And I hope you guys can see that this is my element. I'm in my zone. I'm in my flow state, as they call in psychology. And that's what I'm building my whole system around. And one of my biggest fears is, since majority, if not all of the people are on the Gregorian calendar and they barely know about the Hijri 45-week year productivity system and calendar and system, that I won't have people that will purchase my offers and purchase my products and services and courses and programs and everything else that you can imagine within that capacity. But I realized, I could have the whole world, and if I'm not feeling at peace internally, what is that success? It means nothing to me personally, and to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, only Allah knows. But it might not be worth as much. But when you're feeling content inside and externally, it becomes a lot better. So what that means for me is I would rather have one person to work with through my offers, whether it's the products, services, courses, and programs, than the opposite of doing something that doesn't feel aligned internally, that has a lot of success externally. I would rather have something that has complete alignment internally and minimal success externally. So if you get that and you understand where I'm coming from, please show your love and support. I would greatly appreciate it. This is, my life vision, purpose, and mission, my passion, my dreams, all in one. So I honestly don't really know how to specifically build it. I'm learning and growing every single day as I learn and grow and implement, and then I teach and just go through that system. It's helping me out a lot. So I just wanted to put that out there for those who are listening, those who have been benefiting from all the things that I'm doing. And a lot of the changes that you guys will see, there will be new shows that are coming out that will be reformatted, and then behind them will be paid courses and programs and different offers, products, and services. So you guys will be able to benefit a lot from the free stuff with no hold bars, whatever that means for you. And then, if you would like to dive deeper in it with me, join the programs and the courses and everything else, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys real quick before we continue. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that you guys can show your love and support. If you can't financially, at least otherwise. And if you can financially, I'll be more than happy to have you a part of my journey, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So yeah, where was I? So the fiqh. The next one is I easily and successfully joined as many of the monthly lectures at the masjid as possible before the end of the Hijjah of 1441. There haven't been many lately, but whatever options that were there, If I was not preoccupied with my finances and work, I was available. I went, and alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, benefited from it. So that's where I'm at with that goal. So we're doing well on that. Alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. The next goal is I easily and successfully finished reading the entire Quran at least once with its translation before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. Sadly, I haven't really started on that yet. It's been one of those parked goals for me because of the preoccupation of a lot of different goals and dreams in my life right now that is kind of setting me up to have at least sufficient, if not abundant, ingredients to do that at will, by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I haven't been able to do that. So I'm not succeeding in that right now, and that's where I'm at with it right now, with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully bought summarized Bukhari before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. And I haven't been able to do that yet, and inshallah I'm looking forward to doing that before the end of the year, and that's where I'm at with that goal. Alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. And the next goal is I easily and successfully bought I can't remember the book's name, and for some reason I only try to remember it when I'm reviewing my goals, which is not a good thing. Riyadus-Salihin. There we go. No more, I can't remember. So Riyadus-Salihin before end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. So I haven't been able to do that, obviously, so I'm looking forward to doing that before the end of the year and benefiting from that kitab, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. If you guys have any suggestions or recommendations for any other kitab or any other source or resources, products and services, courses and programs that will help me in any of these parts of my life, or just a general advice, please shoot it my way, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Man, the Hijri calendar feels so amazing to me, wallahi. You guys are missing the best drug in the world. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. The next goal is I easily and successfully finished reading summarized Bukhari at least once before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. I'm going to move this under the Quran one just to be a little bit more aligned. Before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I haven't been able to do that yet, but I'm looking forward to doing that in the future. So I'm not succeeding in that yet, but I'm looking forward to it, and that's where I'm at with that goal. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. The next goal is I easily and successfully took at least last 10 days of Ramadan and Eid al-Fitr off from work before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. So I'm looking forward to that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So we are in the 5th month, Jumadul Ula, Jumadul Thani, Rajab, I believe, Sha'ban, and Ramadan. So roughly about 4 months left until Ramadan, subhanallah. So looking forward to taking the last 10 days off of Ramadan, including Eid al-Fitr, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Obviously that goal's not yet, we haven't reached there yet, so looking forward to it, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. I easily and successfully paid Zakat al-Fitr before the end of Ramadan. Before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. So I'm looking forward to that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. That's where I'm at with that goal. The next one is I easily and successfully took complete advantage of Ramadan before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. I actually moved this before the other goals of Ramadan because it's more important and prioritized than the other ones. The one that I actually skipped is I easily and successfully paid zakah before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. I haven't been able to do that yet. I still gotta learn a little bit more about it and double check my finances. But I'm looking forward to that as well, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. The next goal is I easily and successfully fasted 6 days of Shawwal. Before end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. I haven't been able to achieve that yet this year. So alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, looking forward to that since we haven't really reached that. So that's where I'm at with that goal. This goal was actually achieved last year. So I will go ahead and remove it. And that's just the transition that I've been on with between the Hijri calendar and everything else. So that's why I'm taking the time to update everything right now. The next goal is I easily and successfully took full advantage of the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Obviously we got quite a ways to go on that, so looking forward to that bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, and that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully fasted at least 2 months of the white days, 13th, 14th, and 15th of every month, before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. So I'm looking forward to that. I haven't really started it yet. Next goal is I easily and successfully took full advantage of the 4 holy months before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. So I'm looking forward to that as well. I think it's Muharram, Rajab, I believe, and Dhul Qa'dah and Dhul Hijjah. So we have done 1. We're looking forward to 3 more, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. If you guys don't know much about it, like myself, as I'm planning on doing, is studying about it as well. I would encourage you guys to do that as well. It's very, very important for us to do that, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. This goal is actually way in the beginning, so let me go ahead and move this up. And actually I'll put it as the number 1 goal since it's so ahead in the year. I easily and successfully fasted Ashura, which is like 9th and 10th, or 10th and 11th, or a combination of 2 or 3 days, or at least 1, of 1441 before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I was able to successfully achieve that. It's an amazing spiritual uplifting goal that we should all do, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And it is from our deen. So inshallah, highly encourage myself and you to continue to do that. So that was an amazing success, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, and that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully fasted Mondays and Thursdays of every week before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, except holidays, annual conference. Let me just put that there. Holidays, annual conference, and quarterly retreats, or when I'm sick or things like that, or when I'm extremely busy. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, the past month I really haven't done much of that because of my hectic schedule and a lot of the unknowns, but so I'm not really succeeding in that goal, and it's for a specific reason right now. La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wus'aha. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not burden us beyond what we can bear, so we should not burden ourselves beyond what we can bear at the particular moments. So I'm looking forward to improving on that bi'idhnillahi ta'ala in the next couple of months, especially when Ramadan is coming up. And I know that goal usually comes in the beginning of the year or starts in the beginning of the year. So I will move that actually even before Ashura, which actually makes sense. So I'm trying to put it in logical order for the most part, or some order at least. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, that's where I'm at with that goal. Next one, let's see here. And this one is actually way ahead of all the other ones, so let me go ahead and move that too. I easily and successfully and consistently prayed Fajr at the masjid before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I've been doing the best that I can. Some days I am struggling with it. There are days right now where my schedule does not allow me to anymore for some reason. So I'm looking forward to improving on that. And getting back on my grind with my Fajr, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So I'm kind of doing average right now with my Fajr Salah. So I'm looking forward to improving on that on a serious note, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So hopefully Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows me to get back on my Fajr grind and being a part of Team Fajr, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's where I'm at with that goal. The next deen goal is I easily and successfully and continuously improved my taste of the sweetness of Iman and Taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. And just looking at the last month, it's been a struggle, but I've still tried to maintain that inner peace and contentment by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I'm looking forward to continuously doing that. I took a little bit of hit, but I'm trying to get back on my grind. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So I'm doing reasonably well on that goal. So that's where I'm at with that goal. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. The next goal is I easily, successfully and continuously improved on purifying. Let's say completely purifying my intentions in utmost sincerity for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. Obviously we can only guesstimate on these things as of right now, but within that same token, this is more of a reminder for myself rather than an actual assessment, except an internal one. So I would say I'm improving on it, but at the end of the day, there's still a lot of room for improvement when it comes to intentions and sincerity. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase us in it, and that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully sacrificed an animal during Eid al-Adha before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. So we have quite a ways out, so looking forward to that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, and that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully looked for other offers, whether it's products, services, and or courses and programs that will help me maximize my deen before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Right now my capacity and capability is extremely limited, if non-existent. So I'm still in the process of just keeping an eye out, and hopefully I can capitalize on something that'll be extraordinarily beneficial, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is, this was a placeholder. I don't think I'll be able to do it this year, but hopefully in the next couple of years I will be able to. I easily and successfully went to Hajj for the first time. Since I haven't been to Hajj, I've only been to Umrah, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. Let's just say before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, and we can just change it to next year. If it, by some miraculous reason Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows me to do it, then I'll be able to take advantage of it, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. The next goal is I easily, successfully, and completely read at least one deen book before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. And the book that I chose is Sincere Counsel to Seeker of Sacred Knowledge by Ibn Jawzi, rahimahullah. And I haven't really started that yet, just because of my limited or non-existent capacity and capability right now. But I can see the future is bright. I have a lot more time and capacity and capability, so I'm looking forward to that. Haven't really done it yet, so that's where I'm at with it right now. So looking forward to hopefully achieving it before the end of the year, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. That's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully attended an annual Islamic conference outside of my current state before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Haven't been able to do that. The Snappy Pro conference in Minnesota kind of sparked that goal for me. I really wanted to go, but it just, all things were not aligned for me to be able to go yet. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. The next goal is I easily and successfully maximized my mindset and emotional intelligence before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. I'm doing a really good job at that, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, slowly but surely improving. There's a lot of things that used to demotivate me a lot, but right now it's only making me pause just for a second, and I'm continuing on my grind. So that's a testament to me actually improving in my mindset as well as my emotional intelligence. So alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, I'm very, very happy with that. And looking forward to improving on that. So that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully listened to at least 4 book summaries before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. And quite honestly, I think I've already achieved that this year, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. So there's about 0 left, so I'm doing really well with that, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish off a lot stronger throughout the year, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So maybe I just need to up the ante on that one. So that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully listened to at least 2 full audiobooks before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. Looking forward to that. Haven't really done that. I started last year, but haven't really gotten back into anything this year yet. So I'm looking forward to that before the halftime. Hopefully I can start and then finish off in the second half of the year, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. We're in the second quarter of 1441, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. So that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully skim through at least 4 physical or digital books from cover to cover before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. I just find a lot of value in skimming books, and if I happen to like it enough to kind of read the whole thing, that'll be it. But let's say I did 1 so far this year. I have 3 more to go, inshallah. And this should be an easy goal for me to achieve, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, and that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully read at least 1 physical or digital book from cover to cover before the end of, and this is a digital physical or digital secular book, I should say, just to kind of clarify. Before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. And the book that I chose is Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. I haven't really started that yet, so I'm looking forward to that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. At least 1 Deen book. So let me actually move this one up to under the Deen book. For some reason, I'm not like an actual reader. I need to improve my reading speed. Hopefully become like an avid speed reader as well. But right now I'm just more audio, video, articles, podcast type of learner right now. But hopefully I can switch it over into actual books and learning from actual scholars and people that have maximizers. Maximizing scholars, Islamic scholars, family leaders, investorpreneurs, as well as philanthropists, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. And I'm learning where to place my goals. That helps out a lot because it kind of streamlines everything. So that's actually what I'm doing along with updating everything else, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So the next goal is I easily and successfully looked out for sacred and secular. This one is repetitive. Yeah, I think it is repetitive. Let me see. Yeah, it's repetitive, so I'll go ahead and just delete that. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Ain't no need for that. Ain't no need for that. So that's where I'm at with that. Those are all of my Deen goals. I don't think there's anything that I can think about right now in terms of a Deen goal, at least for this year. So alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. Even though I could be doing a lot better, I'm very happy with the progress or minimal progress that I've made with my Deen. So that's where I'm at with it right now. The next subcategory under my Deen and self is my health and fitness. Let's say bodies, health and fitness, because there's also spiritual and psychological health and fitness as well that obviously we've dealt with in the previous one. But let's just say bodies, health, and fitness. So, honestly, I've made a lot of improvement in my health and fitness the past month, a great deal of it that started the previous month, towards the end of the previous month. But it was actually involuntary, really, really hard physical work. But I loved it. I love it. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So the first goal is I easily and successfully got my BMI and fat percentage to normal levels and learned more about it before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. Haven't really been able to do that as much as I would like to. I am in the process of it, maybe 30 to 40% into it. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So I'm doing reasonably on that, but I could be doing a lot better. But inshallah, I'm looking forward to improving on that. So that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully worked out at least 3 times a week Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays is what I chose of every week before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. In some ways, I'm not doing those exact days, but I am doing 3 other very, very intensive and long workout days. That is a little bit more aligned with my other goals as well. So I would say I'm actually really, really progressing in that goal. So I'm working out in an unconventional way, but it's actually 2 birds or 3 birds, 1 stone type of thing right now. So it's been really, really great for me. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Another goal that I would actually add on to it is I easily and successfully and completely detoxed from social media. Social media and technology, let's just add that to it. Before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. And I honestly think this is more of a deen goal rather than health and fitness goal. Simply because it's more spiritual and psychological in nature. So that's where I'm going to update it, put it in, inshallah. What Tagwan? I'm not sure why it's not pulling up for me. Okay. And so far, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I'm doing amazing with it. Looking forward to improving on that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. That's where I'm at with that goal that I just added. The next goal is I easily and successfully got my gym membership back before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. As of right now, I don't need it at all because of my alternative means. So once I'm able to either get done, if I am with my alternative means, I'll get back on my gym flow. But as of right now, my alternative means is giving me more exercise than I could actually have ever imagined. So we'll just put that on pause for right now, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. And that's the beauty about updates with goals. Whereas a month or 2 ago, I thought I really, really needed it, and I did. But because of a lot of these goals that I was able to achieve in one way or the other, some goals just became unnecessary. And getting my gym membership right now is completely unnecessary for me. It might be completely necessary for you as it was for me just a couple of months ago. So that's where I'm at with that goal, and I'm happy with it so far. So alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Let's see where I'm at. The next goal is I easily and successfully ate 2 scheduled meals per day. Before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I actually got on that nutritional level where generally I'm eating 2 scheduled meals per day. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I'm not really strict with my actual eating schedule like I used to be or I wanted to be, but I'm doing really well with it so far. So alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, it's going good so far. So that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully ate healthier, cleaner food on a regular basis to fully detoxify my body and to get all of the proper nutrients for my body. Before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I've improved drastically with that goal. Even though I still have a lot more improvement to do, I'm extraordinarily happy with the progress that I did with my eating habits. So I'm looking forward to actually improving on that. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And I feel like when I didn't have, passion and purpose driven dream life and goals and dreams and everything else that you could imagine, I used to self-sabotage myself and struggled with binge eating and things like that. And to a certain degree I still do, but it's not as challenging as it used to be, or it's not even that significant anymore. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So I'm doing well with that. I'm very happy with the progress, and I still have a lot more to go. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. The next goal is I easily and successfully stopped heavy or regular snacking in between my meals throughout 1441, inshallah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, my snacking is my bad snacking habits have improved a lot. So I'm looking forward to improving on that. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, and that's where I'm at with that goal. I easily and successfully overcame my overeating gluttony disorder, I should say, before the end of 1441. And one thing that I found out is I thought binge eating and gluttony and overeating and gluttony was one of the same thing. Even though they overlap on a lot of things, they're actually two separate things. So that was a great insight that I've had that helped me understand my body's health and fitness a lot better. So I'm looking forward to improving on that as well, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Like I said, I've improved on that a lot. So I'm looking forward to improving on it as well, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. And a lot of these goals are eating, because I feel like just like our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned in one way or the other that our eating habits really determine a lot of our health and body's health and fitness. So and that transitions into our spiritual and psychological health and fitness as well. So looking forward to that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Binge eating disorder before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So I'm looking forward to that, bi-idhnillah. The next goal is, I did overcome my binge eating disorder, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. So I'm really happy with that. And obviously every now and then when the stress and everything else come back, sometimes it creeps back up, but I'm really happy with the progress of that as well, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. The next goal is I easily and successfully completed my 10-day water fast, or juice or smoothie cleanse. Before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. And I usually try to do that along with the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah as well. So we haven't reached there yet, so I'm looking forward to that as well, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one is a private goal before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. I haven't been able to achieve that yet, but I'm looking forward to achieving it hopefully before the end of the year, inshallah. This one is another private goal as well before the end of Dhul Hijjah. And I haven't really achieved that yet, even though I've improved on it a lot. So I'm looking forward to improving on it more, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. I easily and successfully got my shoulders completely aligned and functional before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. And I'm looking forward to improving on that as well. Even though I've made a lot of improvements compared to before, I'm looking forward to improving on that as well, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's where I'm at with that goal. The next health and fitness goal is I easily and successfully completed at least 24 fitra grooming before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. We've done 4 months, so that should be 8 already. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, and I did complete 8 to the best of my knowledge and ability. So we have 16 left, inshallah, if my math is not off. So I'm really doing well with that goal, and that's where I'm at with that goal. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. The next goal is the next health and fitness, my body's health and fitness goal is I easily and successfully completed at least 4 full hikes before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. And that's basically just aiming for 1 per quarter during my quarterly retreats, ideally. So let's say I completed 1 and I have 3 more to go, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'm actually looking forward to my hikes, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. The next goal is I easily and successfully got at least 2 full chiropractic adjustments and massages before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. This year I haven't really completed any, so I have 2 left, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So I'm looking forward to achieving that goal, inshallah. And that actually concludes my body's health and fitness goals. I'm trying to think of anything else that I can think about right now that's related to my health and fitness that I could set as a goal and dream as an additional. I can't think of anything right now, to be honest with you. The only thing that I could do is improve. I easily and successfully improved my sleeping habits before the end of 1441, inshallah. Before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. So I've been struggling with my sleeping habits recently. So I'm actually looking forward to improving on that, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So I got a reasonable amount of work to do, and inshallah, hopefully I'll be able to achieve that. So that actually concludes my goals and dreams in my body's health and fitness, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Now we're going to go into my belongings, neatness, and abundance goals. Neatness and abundance goals. The first one is I easily and successfully renewed my car's license plates before the end of the Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Let's say for this year I actually haven't done that yet, so I'm looking forward to doing that this year, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. The next goal is I easily and successfully renewed my townhouse lease for another year before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. And that's usually... Yeah, I think we completed this goal. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Yeah, so we completed this goal, so I'm looking forward to reassessing it next year, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, and seeing what that looks like for us, bi'idhnillah. So we successfully achieved that goal, and that's where we're at. The next goal is before the end of, this one is a private goal. I haven't been able to do that yet, but I'm gearing up to it, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, shortly. So hopefully we'll be able to achieve that. So that's where I'm at with that belongings, neatness, and abundance goal. The next belongings, neatness, and abundance goal is I easily and successfully cleaned our house and home office at least 12 times before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. So let's say I did one, sadly, just because of my schedule right now, but it's been taken care of. So actually, let's just say 4, and we have 8 left, inshallah. So if I'm not doing it, or if my family member is not doing it, I'm doing it. If I'm not doing it, my family member is doing it. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. The next goal is I easily and successfully bought a home office shelf. Before home office, I would say regular shelf, just not a bookshelf or anything, just a regular shelf. Before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. Haven't been able to achieve that yet. Looking forward to improving on that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This next goal is a private one before the end of 1441. I haven't been able to achieve that yet, so I'm looking forward to that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, and that's where I'm at with that goal. I've achieved some part of it, but majority of it is still left for me, at least. The next goal is I easily and successfully, this one is another private one. Before the end of the Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Haven't been able to achieve that yet, so I'm looking forward to it, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. The next goal is I easily successfully bought a full garage shelves. Full garage shelves before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Haven't been able to do that yet, so I'm looking forward to it. The next goal is I easily and successfully washed our cars at least 4 times before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Haven't really done that yet, so hopefully we can get that done, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Any other personal belongings, neatness, and abundance goals? Actually, there's a lot. Let me just add that on there real quick. I'm looking forward to producing my Ridwanullah planner for production and delivery. And this is going to be off of the Hijri 45-week year productivity system, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's another one. Let's say planner and notebook. Actually, let's say notebook and planner. So I'm looking forward to that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. The next one is I easily and successfully created Ridwanullah professional professional binder. This is also a business thing, but I'm my first customer always, to whatever capacity that I am. So I'm looking forward to creating a Ridwanullah professional binder as well, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, and buying one for myself. I easily and successfully bought and created Ridwanullah professional briefcase backpack. Let's say, whoa. Before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. I would actually just copy this. The next goal is I easily and successfully bought and created Ridwanullah professional pens before the end of 1441, inshallah. So I haven't been able to achieve those goals yet, so I'm looking forward to that. I actually keep this one private for now, at least. Sometimes you think there's a small goal, but it preoccupies a large part of your mind. So it's just better just to write it down and face it up front and, just work on getting it. If it becomes irrelevant, it becomes irrelevant. And obviously I haven't been able to achieve these goals, so since I'm just adding them right now, hopefully I'll be able to update you on them on the next monthly goals report, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one is another one. It's not really private, but I'll just keep it private for right now, and then I'll be able to update you on the next one, inshallah. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for my belongings, neatness, and abundance goals. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So the next segment would be, I'm just kind of adding it right now, is the annual conference and quarterly Ridwanullah retreats, which includes, a lot of my travel, adventure, and fun goals. The first one I would say is I easily and successfully hosted annual Ridwanullah conference in first quarter of Hijri year before the end of 1441. Actually, this one is a placeholder since we haven't been able to achieve it this year. We'll see if we can actually launch it next year, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So if you guys could purchase those tickets when they come out, it'll be greatly appreciated, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So we'll just put that as a placeholder for right now, because I learned that my annual conference and quarterly retreats are in the same bucket area, right? Since they're mainly it's mainly, under the same category, which a lot of my traveling, like I said, everything else will be included in it. So just to kind of look at my goals and dreams in that is obviously host a successful annual conference. And hopefully I'm planting the seeds to spark your curiosity. In the conference, we're going to work on covering completely maximizing your life, financial freedom in work or business. Work, specifically business. So that's what I'm excited about. Hopefully I can get, a lot of the most influential, a lot of the Islamic influencers together in one place. The one that usually comes to mind is Mufti Ismail Menk. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy on him. If you know him, if you are him, I hope that we can connect and make something happen, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, starting out here in Salt Lake City, Utah. And there's a couple of other people that I have earmarked. I should say, I don't even know what that means exactly, but bookmarked or whatever, just some level of mark on them. So hopefully I'll be able to invite them to the conference, and they'll be able to be one of the speakers that will be able to speak at this amazing annual conference, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And we can hopefully figure out an amazing format that works and a flow that works. So that's what that is. For this year, just to kind of think through a little bit of the annual and quarterly conference and quarterly Ridwanullah retreat goals, which includes my travel, adventure, and fun, is obviously I easily and successfully enjoyed at least 4 of my quarterly Ridwanullah retreats, full weeks, in or around Salt Lake City, Utah, as of right now, before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. I've semi-completed one this year because of always transitioning back and forth between the Hijri and Gregorian calendar. But I'm looking forward to doing a full one, next one, second quarter, I think is going to be in like 5-7 weeks, inshallah. So I'm looking forward to enjoying that. This next one is I easily visited family in a particular place before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. I easily and successfully, I haven't done that yet. I easily and successfully went to Miami, Florida for one of my quarterly retreats before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. I don't know if that's a possibility this year, but it seems a lot closer than I thought before, so I'm just going to leave that there. This is actually going to be a placeholder. If it happens this year, amazing. If not, then it's good. It's all good. The next one is I easily and successfully went on a quarterly Ridwanullah retreat in Honolulu, Hawaii, inshallah, before the end of 1442, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's just a placeholder as of right now, just to kind of keep it in mind. I easily and successfully went water rafting at least once before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. I easily and successfully this one I'll just keep private for right now, but that's something that I was actually looking forward to. This last one, as far as I know right now, maybe there's actually a couple more that I'm gonna add. I easily and successfully went to Moab, Utah for one of my quarterly retreats before the end of the Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. So I'm looking forward to that, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. The other one that I'm thinking about is I easily and successfully attended at least one annual conference and or seminar outside of my current state before the end of 1441, inshallah. Since I have so many goals going on right now for this year, I'll just kind of push that into next year, and if it happens this year, it's all good, inshallah. So obviously I haven't been able to achieve those goals yet. So those are all of the annual conference and quarterly retreat goals that I have right now. The other thing that I can only think about is joining a separate retreat other than mine, but it doesn't seem necessary right now. So I'll just leave that off for right now, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Okay, so that actually concludes my Deen and Self category of my life, 1/4 of my life. We're gonna get into the second fourth of my life, which is family and relative goals, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So the general goals would be I easily and successfully communicated and connected with my family and relatives before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. It's up and down right now, but for the most part, a lot of up. And looking forward to improving on that, inshallah. And hopefully we'll be able to have better insights in that area, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So the next goal here is I easily and successfully hosted and or was a part of at least 2 family gatherings, or iftar at each house. Yeah, this doesn't really make sense. So I easily and successfully hosted and or was a part of at least 2 family gatherings or iftar before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. At least one, usually during the summer. since most of the people are usually traveling around that time. So that's one thing. I easily and successfully went to the lake and hiked with my family before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. That hasn't happened yet, so I'm looking forward to that. The next goal is I easily and successfully hosted and or attended at least 2 family meetings before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. So the meeting to me is more important than the gathering, because the meeting we get to address whatever is of concern, individually, specifically, collectively, whatever it may be. So I'll move that up a little bit, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's the general goals, and moving on to the spouse and children goals. What is these? The formatting is a little off, so let me go ahead and just update that here real quick. Okay. The first, actually, majority of these are private, so let me just see which ones I could let you know. Actually, I'll just keep it all private just to stay consistent. And then, if anything changes in the future, I'll be able to let you guys know. Or if you guys have any specific questions, I'll be able to answer for you. And if anybody's wondering why I like to keep it private, majority of the things that involve me directly, about 90% of it you guys already know. But I'm trying to say about 90% of my family members that are involved, I don't want you guys to know. And even if they give me permission, I'll still have to figure that part out, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's where I'm at with it right now. That's the reason why I'm keeping it private, because it involves loved ones as of right now. So under the spouse and children, the first one is before the end of the Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Haven't been able to achieve that goal yet, but I'm looking forward to it, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Haven't been able to achieve that goal yet, so I'm looking forward to it. Haven't been able to really achieve that goal either, but looking forward to it, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one is another goal that I've added. Haven't been able to achieve that yet as well. So looking forward to it, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one's a little bit repetitive, but I'll just keep it here. Haven't been able to achieve that yet, but looking forward to it, bi-idhnillah. Similar to this goal as well. Haven't been able to achieve it yet, but looking forward, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one we were able to successfully achieve, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen, so doing well on that goal. This one haven't been able to really achieve, but it became a little irrelevant, but there's still a little bit of value to be utilized, so looking forward to achieving that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one is another repetitive one. Haven't been able to achieve it yet, so looking forward to it, inshallah. This one was already achieved last year, so I'm just going to remove that from here. This one, haven't been able to achieve it yet, but it's actually not even time yet, so looking forward to that this year, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Same thing with this goal, is not due yet, so looking forward to achieving that this year, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Holy smokes, it just reminded me of a whole different financial goals that I hope that I'll be able to get to and remember. when we get to the finances and work side of my life. This one, we probably halfway achieved it. Hopefully we can finish it off, or at least upgrade bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one's a little repetitive, but I'll just leave it here for right now. Haven't been able to achieve it yet, so looking forward to it bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one's a similar one. Haven't been able to achieve it yet, but looking forward to it bi-idhnillah. This one haven't achieved yet, so looking forward to it bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. And that's actually it for the spouse and children goals. Actually, I think I might have a couple of goals to add on here. Let me see. I think that's pretty much it. I can't think of anything else right now that I'll be able to add on to that category. So let me go ahead and move on to the parents, siblings, nieces, and nephew goals, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one I haven't been, well actually I have, and it's in the improvement section as well, so that's where I'm at with this goal, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. This one's another private one that I'm actually adding right now, so looking forward to that bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one, next one, I haven't been able to achieve much of it, but looking forward to improving on that bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This next goal I've set, haven't been able to achieve it yet, so looking forward to it bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This next goal I haven't been able to achieve it yet, so looking forward to it as well bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This next goal, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, we started it and made some progress, but there's still a lot of room for improvement, so looking forward to that bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This next goal, we started it, made a little bit of progress, but nothing directly, mainly indirectly. So hopefully we can improve on it directly as well, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's where I'm at with that goal. This next goal for this year. I'm not quite sure if we achieved it this year. We might have, but I'll just err on the side of caution and say we haven't, and then I'll verify it bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's where I'm at with that goal. This next goal, I haven't really been able to achieve much of it right now. But obviously, I'm trying to do as much as I can indirectly. So that's a start, and looking forward to improving on that bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. I think it might be the other way around, but in any case, it should be good. This next goal, haven't kind of started, but really haven't made much progress, and looking forward to improving on that bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's where I'm at with that. This next goal, I haven't really started that yet, and seems like I'm very far away from it. But hopefully I can achieve that before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441 bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This next goal, we started and we're in the process of it. It's going to take quite some time, but hopefully we'll be able to successfully achieve it bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. I can't think of any other goal right now. Maybe I'm just adding one more goal here. So that's pretty much it that I can think about in terms of the parents, siblings, nieces, and nephew goals. The next goal is grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins. Haven't really been able to achieve much of that goal, but indirectly working on that. So that's where I'm at with that goal. Next goal is Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, to the best of my ability, I've been doing this goal, but looking forward to improving on that as well. This goal sadly has been dragging for a couple of years, so I'm looking forward to hopefully finishing it off this year, or at least reconciling it, inshallah. This one, I feel like I'm halfway there, probably a little bit more than half, but looking forward to improving on that as well, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I was able to successfully achieve it, but I still have a lot more room to improve on it, so looking forward to that bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one is a little bit outside of my capacity and capability right now, but when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows me, I'll be looking forward to improving on that bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This goal, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, we kind of started, but haven't been able to focus on it a lot, but hopefully we'll be able to, inshallah. This one is another long shot goal, but looking forward to improving on that as the time goes on. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one is another ongoing goal that we started and we made some progress on, but hopefully it'll keep improving that way. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. This goal was an extraordinary success for all of our family. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We all came together and supported each other in ways that I really didn't think was possible, but it happened by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that was a great success. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. This goal right here is one that we started, and just by looking at the way that things have been impacted and the way things are unfolding, is an extraordinary success. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So looking forward to improving on that as well. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one looks like it might be in the last lap, so hopefully we can get it done within the next month or two. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, and hopefully get it all settled. Bi-idhnillah. So that is all that I can think about as of right now with that. This one is just another one that I'm adding right now that I can think about in terms of my goals. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, those are all of my grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousin goals that I can think about right now. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And moving on to the parents and family-in-law goals. This one, we're doing the best that we can with it, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, and looking forward to improve on that. This one hasn't started yet, so looking forward to improving that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one is in the same boat, looking forward to improving on that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Haven't really started this one yet either, but it is improving, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, and headed in a positive direction with it. Same thing with this next goal. Some of these goals are similar in nature, just different sides or different individuals. This one is just kind of pending as of right now, but I'm looking forward to improving on that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, before the end of the year. And that's why I love going back to the Hijri calendar, because everything is more in the fitra, natural element. Everything just fits, and I've probably mentioned that before as well, but I just thought, I'd just remind myself and you guys as well of that as well. This one's a little bit repetitive, but I guess it's necessary. So looking forward to improving on that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one was a huge success for the whole family. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, and looking forward to continuing it and improving on it as of right now. Is there anything else that I can think about right now for those goals? That is the other only goal that I can think about as of right now. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen that I just added. So that is pretty much it in terms of, one half of my goals. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I can't think of anything else right now that I could add. I'm pretty sure when the year ends and I'm considering new goals and new levels of things, I will be able to improve on that and actually start achieving some of these goals. I'm just in the process of getting myself together as of right, my deen and self together, and as well as my immediate family right now. But looking forward to improving on that bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So hopefully you guys are benefiting from this. And it's just been an amazing thing. I'm just going to take a pause real quick to pray Asr. And then we'll finish off the second half of the Ridwanullah TV monthly goals reports. And this is Rabi-II, which is the 4th month of Dhul Hijjah of 1441 bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's pretty much it. We'll pause here for a second and then we'll continue off in just a little bit. Feel free to pause yourself, pray your salah or whatever else you need to do. Use the bathroom, get a little bit of some water and some snacks or in between meals or whatever you need to do. Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And I'll be seeing you back here soon. And then I'll be getting into the finances and work side of my life, where I'll be covering, some of the financial freedom and work and business goals that I have. And then the Ummah and the world goals in terms of my relationships, love and unity and contribution and everything else that you can think about. So we shall see you back here soon. Okay? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Ridwanullah family. Inshallah, we'll pick up where we left off and continue with our Ridwanullah TV's monthly goals report. And then we'll be able to just build on from there, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So we're done with the first half of our monthly goals report. We're about to get into the second half of our monthly goals report. The first half was the deen and self, family and relatives. Then the second half is the finances and work, which financial freedom and work and business is a part of that. And then the Ummah and the world will be the final piece to the four parts of life for me, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So moving on to the finances and work goals. The first one is the income goals. Let's see here. I'm not disclosing any of the numbers right now with my income goals for obvious reasons, but I will be able to give you some percentage levels, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, in terms of what I've calculated. Out of 100% of what I need and want to achieve for the year, so we are about 34% into the year. And alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I was able to achieve 26% so far, which is not good or bad as of right now for me, because I've kind of improved my income level goal. So I'm working to match, the work and business that I have to match that, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So I'm about 8% short of my income goal as of right now. So I'm looking forward to improving on that, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And that's actually the active income goal, just to kind of let you guys know or have an idea of it. So I'm going back right now to the income goal. So that's where I'm at with it so far. So I'm projected to keep improving on that so far, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, and hopefully I can get it to a situation where I'm actually just working roughly about 40 hours a week to achieve the same financial goals, if not better. I'm working a little bit more right now, but that just comes with the territory of the starting phase. And I'm really, really happy with that so far, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is to completely, so I easily, successfully, and completely achieved financial freedom. I would say I don't know when this is going to be. Let's just say before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. So I want to be able to just achieve, let's say I successfully and completely achieved at least 10%. Achieved at least 10% of my financial freedom before the end of Dhul Hijjah 1442, let's say. So I'll be pushing this a little bit back, and once I get established, I'll be able to expand on that bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be some repetitive goals that are along with that. So I'll be able to adjust and adapt it from there bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Actually, I'll change that 10% to 1% because I feel like once I'm able to start, then I can expand. So I'll just adjust it to that bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. And obviously I haven't achieved that yet. I've semi-achieved it, but it's not really quite there yet. So I really have to define what that is for me and what I actually have, if it is that. So I'm getting closer, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen though. I easily successfully filed for my 2019 personal and business taxes before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. That's going to be coming up in about another month or two. So I'm looking forward to that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. The next goal is I easily and successfully made at least before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. I think that's a little bit private one, so I'll just keep it at that for right now. But I haven't been able to achieve it yet. This one I'll just keep it private for right now. It's more of a placeholder, but at the end of the day, actually I'm a lot closer than I thought I was, even though this is a very, very high goal for me, at least from where I started. But you know, I went from thinking it was impossible to like it's actually doable. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This next goal I'll be able to let you guys know is I easily and successfully created at least 5 passive and or active income streams before the end of 1441, inshallah. Eventually I want to get to at least 7, at least sufficient. Let's say, I don't know if let's not go that far right now, but at least sufficient for me is a specific number, depending on where I'm at. So at least 5 passive and or active incomes before the end of income streams before the end of 1441. As of right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 mainly active. One of them is semi-passive income streams that I'm actually currently working on, and it just sounds surreal even saying it right now, to be honest with you. But the 2 I don't own. The other 2 I actually own, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. So ownership is very important. I want to be able to own all of my income streams, so I could do whatever, whenever, however with it, and eventually make it at least sufficient, if not abundant, at least one of them, or maybe even all of them, which will be an incredible feat for me. But what I've noticed is as I'm working on achieving my goals and dreams, I'm actually upping the ante and adding on new goals and dreams that are actually better for me and makes things easier for me. So that's all that I can think about in terms of my income goals right now. What else? So the other one is to optimize and actually maximize my personal and professional income taxes to make sure I'm taking home as much as possible. Before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. What other income stream goals is it? I'm doing a good job managing my my personal income streams. That's just basically knowing the total amounts of my professional and businesses income streams. But I feel like I have a lot more to learn in managing my my professional and business income streams. So this one is I easily and successfully maximized my personal and professional income taxes to make sure I'm taking home as much as possible before the end of Dhul Hijjah 1441, inshallah. This next one is I easily and successfully improved on the tracking and budgeting of my professional actually I'll say work income streams. So whether that's just, jobs and or businesses, inshallah, before the end of 1441, inshallah. And I'm actually, you guys can see I'm updating this on a serious note because I'm starting to take my goals and dreams in all areas of my life a lot more seriously. So that's why I'm thinking this through a little bit more, because there's a lot of things that have happened the past month or so. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, on a positive level as well as on a negative level, but the positive outweighs the negativity. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So I was thinking maybe this belongs in the budgeting category, but I feel like managing the income streams, I would say the net income streams. I easily improved my work net income streams, either from my jobs and or businesses before the end of 1441. I don't know if that honestly belongs on the income side or if it belongs on the budgeting side. I think it's like an in-betweener, but I'm going to keep it in the income side because I need to be able to see what is the gross income plus commissions that are coming in from my jobs, as well as the taxes that I'm paying, and then the net income of that. And then from my businesses, I have to look at, if I'm actually going to be making, what revenue I'm going to be making, what are the expenses that are going out, the taxes that I'm paying, and then the net income of that. And then I think there's a third one. It's the investment income. Investments. So I don't know how that works, but I'm thinking you get the dividends, which is generally a gross income, and then if there's any taxes that are being taken out, which leaves you the net income, and then any sort of capital gains or appreciation that will be considered along with that, and then the jobs, and then the businesses. So those are the three different income streams. And actually, one other thing that I will add is real estate. Actually, let's just call it rental income. So there's the rental flow, the investment flow, the jobs and or businesses. So rental, investments, jobs, businesses. So there's 4 different levels of general income streams that has to be managed for the most part. So that's what I'll have to kind of figure out. And I think just by even listing it right now, I learned a little bit more about it myself, and I hope that you do as well. So I need to be able to manage that better, to know which ones that I could save and actually utilize for my personal, and which ones will just be reinvested, and to kind of build it to a level where I could actually have some personal income streams. And it's all personal for the most part, but because it's all yours, right, and whatever portion you own of it. But I just think they're 2 separate worlds, and they have 2 separate rules and regulations, so it's important to know that for myself. So that's what I'm going to do for right now. I can't think of any other one right now. Maybe I'm just thinking about building different types of businesses, honestly, but investments, real estate investments and businesses, potentially jobs, but that falls under the work category, so I'll just leave it for that one, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's pretty much it for my income goals. Moving on to the budgeting goals. So that's just basically the tracking and budgeting for the most part. I'm actually just going to move a couple of things around. Okay, so these ones need to be moved up. I'll let you guys know what they are in just a moment. I easily and successfully stuck to one financial and accounting and calendar system. Before I chose Gregorian, but now I'm going back to the Hijri. And then considering the Gregorian, before the end of the Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I was able to successfully achieve that goal, since I've made that complete decision as of right now. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. The next goal is I easily and successfully tracked my personal and work budget. Work will just be all the stuff that I've mentioned before, rental, investment, jobs, and businesses. So for at least 3 months before the end of the Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Since I got switched back, I started off in Jumadul Ula, and then Jumadul Thani, and I think Rajab is after that. So I'm going to try to manage to just manage my finances on those 3 months for right now, and then eventually transition into it. So obviously haven't achieved that yet, so I'm looking forward to it, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. The next goal is I easily and successfully created an annual personal in business and work budget for 2020, but right now it's 1441, and then I'll be rolling that over to 1442 before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. So that I haven't been able to achieve it yet, since I'm barely going back to the Hijri calendar right now. So I'm looking forward to that, and that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully chose an accounting calendar system before the end of, I think this is repetitive, so I'll just go ahead and remove that. Even though it's not, but at the same time it is in a different direction or view. The next goal is I easily and successfully saved at least 10% of my net income before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Honestly, I think I'm very close to that right now, and it hasn't even been halfway through the year. So I'm really happy with that progress. I actually didn't consider it before reviewing it, so Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I think I'm on a good note so far. I easily successfully learned the best money management strategy for me as a Muslim before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. And Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I was able to achieve that so far. And that's it took me a long time and a lot of hard work and effort to be able to find that. And the formula I'll just share with you basically is net income minus giving minus spending equals saving and investing, or profit and loss, whatever you want to call it. Saving or debt, or saving or loss or debt. So that's the formula that I'm using right now that has been working flawless for me. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. It still uses the pay yourself methodology, so you can consider that as well, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. The next budgeting goal is I think personally I can go along with just managing my finances on my phone or Excel, but from my work I easily and successfully got a great business accounting, let's say finances, accounting and bookkeeping software before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. So obviously, since I'm adding that goal now, I haven't been able to achieve that under my budgeting goals. One of the most amazing things that I found out about budgeting is that you don't have to be dependent on a phone or a software like Excel or anything else like that. You can actually learn how to do it manually, which seems crazy hard, but within the same token, it's a lot easier if you just track your money and just know how to add and subtract. Then you should be able to do it. And I've never even thought that was a possibility, but once I was able to do it, it liberated me in ways that I didn't even think was possible. So I hope that you can learn that yourself and keep improving on that. And I hope I've sparked the idea in you, and you'll be able to do that bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So I'm looking forward to doing that, and that's where I'm at with that goal right now. The next goal is I easily successfully took Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University program with my wife and kids before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Haven't been able to achieve that, has probably been transitioned into this year, so hopefully I'll be able to do that. The next goal is I easily successfully took finances, accounting, and bookkeeping course online before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. Inshallah, I haven't been able to focus a lot on that, but I did start learning on my own a little bit. Starting to work to network with and connect and learn from some of the professionals in the industry. So I'm looking forward to improve on that. The biggest thing for me right now that I want to be able to improve on is taxes. That's the huge thing that I need to be able to focus on and learn about. I have some background knowledge and professional tax knowledge, but I still have to get updated and learn more bi-idhnillahi ta'ala.
So I haven't been able to achieve that yet, but I'm looking forward to it, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. I easily and successfully found a money, let's just say money mentor, whether that's money making, managing, and maximizing. Maximizing mentor. Before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. There are a lot of people that are close to me that are really good with money. So maybe I could reconnect with them and see who else they would recommend for me, and maybe find the best suited person for me, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So I haven't really started that yet, but looking forward to it, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So those are all of the budgeting goals that I have right now. The only thing is that I need to create more budgeting content and courses. I easily and successfully created more budgeting content and courses before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshaAllah. Okay, so that is, I think, all that I can think about in terms of my budgeting goals for right now. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Budgeting has been a big struggle for me, and I'm improving on it a lot, and it's getting to a point where I'm actually being productive with it, which is amazing. So hopefully we can improve on that together, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So the next goal is the net worth goals, and there's a specific goal. Before, I used to consider my whole family net worth goals, but right now what I've learned is it's probably easier and better, at least in the beginning, until I learn the whole system, just consider myself. So I've switched the goals to myself, and then I'll keep improving on my net worth goals. Like I said, I won't tell you the exact numbers that I have for myself, but I will give you the percentages. Let me scroll down to where I'm at. I should be 34% into the year so far. And so far, my net worth goal percentage that I was able to hit, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And this is surprising to me. And I realize knowing is really half the battle, because once I know, it motivates me to push it harder and go for it more. And I'm able to be more grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for it as well. So it's just amazing. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So the actual number that I've set in the beginning of the year, 1441, before the year, I should say, I usually like to set my goals before the year ends, and then solidify it when it starts. And maybe, I think, I think that's probably why I'm going to start the annual conference do the annual conference in the fourth quarter of 1441. That's just, I think, more aligned with our deen as well. So I'm going to make that note here. Because Hajj is actually in the fourth quarter of 1441. So we're gonna do that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Host annual Ridwanullah conference in fourth quarter of Hijri year. So that'll be either Shawwal, Dhul Qa'dah, or Dhul Hijjah. One of those months we're going to choose, inshaAllah. And actually, since we switched that, we might be able to do the conference this year. And that's just some ideas, and if it gets too hectic where we can't even pull it off together, then we'll just do it next year, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Towards the end of next year, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. And that's a little bit in conflict with the Hajj, so we can try to work in or around Hajj, inshaAllah. So maybe the people who get to go to Hajj will probably, obviously that's much better than any annual conference. That's the best annual conference, obviously, for obvious reasons. I'm just kind of thinking this through myself right now. So yeah, I think we might be able to just do it before people go for the Hajj season. So that way you can have your cake and eat it too, where you go to the annual conference, and then if you're planning on going to Hajj as well, you can go to Hajj as well, and then you get best of both worlds. So that's what we're going to do, inshallah. Do it before Hujjaj go for Hajj. At least 1 to 2 weeks in advance before they leave. So that's what it will be, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So I think it'll be most likely in the beginning part of the beginning part of the fourth quarter, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. That way we can absorb all of the year before the year ends, and then work on finishing it off strong and setting our goals and resolutions in that period of time as well for the new year, and then solidifying it when the year comes out, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's just something to keep in mind. So going back to my net worth goal, surprisingly, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, maybe I've set very minimal net worth goal, but I've actually hit 113% so far this year. And just by the way the finances are set up, what I've learned is once you save, you get to spend it in a couple of ways, right? You either get to give it, right? That's one. The second thing is you get to spend it on education, experiences, and things, which will actually evaporate your net worth goal, but your self-worth increases. And then with your, you could either save it or invest it, right? And that actually increases, for the most part, your net worth. So I'm expecting my net worth to decrease a lot because of that reason. But after that, we'll be able to get to the hang of it where, a lot of the giving and the education experiences and things won't be needed as much. So we could just keep chugging it at, saving and investing it in the proper places and proper ways. And I'm actually looking forward to it because I feel like there's only going to be sufficient amount of giving and spending to do. And then we'll be able to do that. So that's just to kind of give you an idea that if in the next month or so, if I tell you I'm back to 50%, that's probably the reason why. And I learned it from going to my first Umrah during the last 10 days of Ramadan, 1440 last year, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. So, I won't be able to be rocked emotionally as I did before, even though I wasn't rocked that hard. So, 113%, I'm extraordinarily happy with it, but at the end of the day, there's a lot more to cover than what I have right now. So looking forward to improving on that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Yeah, I'm in the net worth. So that's where I'm at with that. So obviously extraordinarily successful in that as of right now. Like I said, maybe I've just set too low of a goal. But I just thought as I'm getting started, it's better to have those confident boosting goal achievements that are a little bit low, and then I could keep increasing it from there, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. The next goal is I easily and successfully saved at least 1 year of quarterly and annual, let's just say, I don't know whether to call it quarterly or annual. Since I'm doing monthly, let's just call it quarterly, and let's just say quarterly and annual. Yeah, quarterly and annual expense fund before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. I haven't really started that yet, so I'm looking forward to improving on that. I'm focused on different parts of my financial and work areas, so hopefully I'll be able to achieve that bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one is actually repetitive, so I'll go ahead and skip that. Oh, actually, maybe it's not. Hold on. Yeah, this is not. Yeah, definitely not repetitive. This one is another saving goal. I'll just keep private for right now. Before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. Haven't been able to achieve that yet, so looking forward to it bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one is another private goal, so I'll just leave it at that. Haven't been able to achieve it yet, so I'm looking forward to it bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one, it's another private one, so let's just say before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. Inshallah, there is actually just very little left of it, so I'm looking forward to knocking that out bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one is another private one, so I'll just leave it at that. Before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Haven't been able to achieve that yet, so I'm looking forward to it. This one, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, is a private one. I was able to achieve it successfully. This one is another private one before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. And I was able to successfully achieve that, and that was a huge milestone for me. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. The next one, I haven't been able to achieve that yet. Before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. Haven't been able to achieve that yet, but I'm looking forward to it. That's one of my next couple of steps ahead, real big financial goals. This one is another one on the business side. Haven't been able to achieve that yet. This one is related to one of the passive incomes. Haven't been able to achieve that yet, but looking forward to it, inshallah. But it's mainly a placeholder as of right now. This one is I easily and successfully withdrew my money from 401k through before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Haven't been able to do that. Looking forward to it bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one's another private one before the end of Dhul Hijjah. It's very minor, of 1441, but I'm looking forward to achieving that bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. The next goal is I easily and successfully explored and capitalized on halal investment opportunities and possibly create a Ridwanullah investment fund before end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. This might be a placeholder, but we'll see how that goes, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. I actually have a couple of goals to add on to it. I easily... This one is going to be towards next year, most likely a placeholder. I don't even think it's going to be towards the end of next year, but I'm looking forward to that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one has to do with investing as well. And it's most likely a placeholder because I have so many things to get done before these. But I just like to have it there because it's always on my mind. Okay, let's see. So I just added a couple other financial goals, and I'll be able to let you guys know probably next time, or if it's private, I'll just let you guys know it's private. So that's pretty much it in terms of my net worth goals as of right now that I can think about particularly. The only one that I can think about, which won't go on my net worth goals, but and I'll just kind of leave that as a placeholder, inshallah. And I'll just keep that private for now as well. Okay, so that actually concludes the net worth goals. The next goal, and I think the last one under finances and work, which is probably one of the longest ones, is the work goals. And I'll actually break it down into rental income work and jobs, if it's going to continue to be there. Rental income, inshallah, hopefully will still be there. Jobs, I don't hope that it's there, but if need be, it will be. So rental income, investment income. I don't know. Maybe I'm over chunking or not, but we'll see how that goes, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. And then there's businesses, bi-idhnillah. So those are the 4 types of work that I can think about as of right now that are a little bit distinct and a little bit different. So I'm just gonna add one goal for the rental income, and then I'm gonna add one goal for the investment income. Just as of right now, just to kind of have an idea. So rental income is buy my first rental property, inshallah. And I'll just leave that as a placeholder for right now. And if I'm able to achieve it, great. If not, then I'll be able to put a little bit more date on it moving forward. Start your investment portfolio, inshallah. I had one and I still have one, but it's barely anything. But hopefully I can get back into the swing of things, and as the future continues, I'll have more capacity and capability to actually do the actual work within that capacity. And like I said, I don't know if they actually belong in the work category, but it is work at the end of the day. So that's why I'm putting it there. So in terms of my jobs, generally, the first goal that I have is, this one is private, but before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. I was able to successfully achieve that, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, and it's a lot better than I thought it was. So hopefully I'll be able to let you guys know in the future, but as of right now, I'll just keep it private. This one is the same. 30-hour work week before end of 1441, before end of the Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. So I'm looking forward to that. I can't think of anything else as of right now of what the next level is for me for that. So I'll just leave it at that. So one of the first jobs is I easily and successfully completed my performance review. Let's say of my performance review, my 2019 performance review before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. And I was able to successfully complete my part of it. So looking forward to what that holds, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. I'll just keep this as private before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. I'm doing the best that I can, but I could be doing a lot better, but I'm doing the best that I can with the capacity and capabilities that I have right now. The next goal is this one I'll just keep private for right now. I'm a little bit struggling with it, but I think I'll be in a better situation moving forward, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one I'll actually just keep private for now too. This one was one of the biggest goals of my life that I've achieved last year, that I wanted to just continue this year as well. 1441, inshallah, and alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, so far successful. Hopefully it continues that way. This one I'm improving. I have a lot of room for improvement, but I'll just keep it private for right now. This one I'll just keep private as well, but hopefully in the next one I'll be able to share it with you. I'm improving on that as well, but I could be doing a lot better, inshallah. So I'm looking forward to that goal, and that's where I'm at with that goal. This one, I'll just keep it private too, but I'm failing miserably on it. But hopefully I can improve on it soon. This one for right now, I'll just keep it private as well. I haven't been able to hit it yet, And hopefully I'll be able to get back on my grind with it, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. This one is another private one, so I'll just leave it at that. Moving on to the next category. Actually, so I'm not really looking too deep into it, but I should be getting started soon, inshallah, on that one. The next goal. I'm adding another one. So just for lack of a better time right now and not being so sure of sharing it publicly, I'll just leave some of these a little bit private, and then we'll be able to move forward from there, inshallah. So this one I haven't achieved yet, but looking forward to it, and that's where I'm at with that goal. This one, I'm slowly but surely improving, but I have a lot of room to improve. So I'm looking forward to that, and that's where I'm at with that goal, inshallah. This next goal I haven't really started yet, but hopefully when I'm able to get myself positioned in a better place, I'll be able to look forward to it and take advantage of it, inshallah, and that's where I'm at with that goal. So that actually concludes the job goals. Going on to the business goals. I easily successfully renewed all of my business license and registration before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Majority of it is up to date. There's one that is coming up right now that I'll have to take care of within the next couple of days, inshallah. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'm doing well with that goal, so looking forward to that, inshallah. This one might be a little bit repetitive, but I'll see where that fits. But I easily and successfully hosted our first annual Ridwanullah conference here in Salt Lake City, Utah, before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. We'll just call that a placeholder, but we'll just leave it at that. I easily and successfully started Ridwanullah University's Life Maximization program. And before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. And we're able to successfully do that, and that's an online program. And in between the Life Maximization program under Ridwanullah University and the Business Maximization program is the Ridwanullah University's Financial Freedom Maximization program that I'm actually in development of right now. So I'll just add that on here. Financial Freedom Maximization program. So I'm looking forward to that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. So I haven't really launched that yet. I'm getting closer and closer, but maybe it'll be a couple of months before I'm actually officially able to launch it, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So, if you're in need of helping, having a program help you accelerate the maximization of your life, then join the program that's already available through Ridwanullah University's Life Maximization Program. If you're struggling with your financial freedom or finances in general, then you'd want to join the Ridwanullah University Financial Maximization Program. And if you have dreamt of businesses and starting your business or just taking your business to that next level, then the Ridwanullah University Business Maximization Program will be the program for you. So if you are like me and you're developing all of those areas, then you'd want to join all of them. If you have a need or a want for a particular area, then just join that one. Either one of those will be a great idea for you, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's where I'm at with those goals, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. The next goal is I easily and successfully kept my website up and running. Throughout 1441, inshallah. So alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, my website ridwanullah.com is up and running, alhamdulillah. So feel free to check that out. It's not where it needs to be right now, but hopefully we'll be able to improve the layout and design and how robust it is, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. I easily successfully created regular traffic visitors to my website ridwanullah.com before the end of the Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Have been able to do that successfully, but looking forward to more of it, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. I started to notice through my branding and marketing efforts that I'm actually getting regular traffic to my website, which is amazing. I'm looking forward to doing more of that, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. I didn't think that was possible, but it's actually real. So let's see here. I easily successfully renewed my online teaching software before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. I'm still in the process of that right now, but hopefully I'll be able to get it taken care of here shortly, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. I just want to figure out what's the best one for me as of right now, price-wise, and in the future, price-wise as well. So that's the hard part of it for me right now. But sooner or later, it'll get better, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. I easily successfully got a closed-loop online live webinar tool, training and coaching system before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. That just might be a little bit wordy, but I'll get back to it. I haven't been able to achieve that yet, but I'm looking forward to it. The next goal is I easily and successfully got my I actually switched this goal up a little bit. I easily successfully got my Amazon FBA business up and running before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. I haven't been able to do that yet. I'm not really that into the Amazon business right now. It is something that I am planning on utilizing as a starting point, but I'm still thinking through a lot of things right now. So the next goal is that's where I'm at with that goal. So the next goal is I easily successfully launched my first physical product online before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. I'm not sure how realistic that'll be for me right now, but I think I would be able to pull it off by the end of this year, if not next year, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully built my email list to at least a certain number before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. Inshallah, I haven't been able to really focus on that yet. I haven't really set up the system that I need to in order to do that, or the offer in order to do that, but looking forward to it, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. I easily and successfully created an email opt-in form on, let's say, opt-in offer and form on my website, so people could automatically sign up for my mailing list before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. And I think that will get rid of one goal in the front. Yeah. Right here. The next goal is I easily and successfully created a direct custom link to my Ridwanullah University's Life Maximization program before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. And I was able to successfully do that, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. I easily and successfully updated Ridwanullah University's Life Maximization program's sales page before end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Haven't been able to really do that yet, just because of lack of capacity and capability right now, but I'm looking forward to it, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. The next goal is I easily and successfully got my Ridwanullah organization YouTube channel to at least 350 subscribers before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. I think I'm around 270 right now. So hopefully I'll be able to finish it off way above that before the end of the year. So show your love and support there, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. I easily and successfully got my personal Hussein Mohamud YouTube channel to subscribers to at least 100 before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. I think I'm around 50 right now, so hopefully 50 more by the end of the year. I'm roughly about halfway, so I should be on track for that goal, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. I easily successfully got the number of students in Ridwanullah University Life Maximization program to at least a certain number before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Haven't been able to really do that yet since it's just in the beginning. I'm still in the process of enrolling a lot of students. If you're really interested in really, completely maximizing your life and accelerating that through this program, feel free to join us. We do trainings and coachings at the very least every month. And then hopefully there's a lot more resources and things like that are coming up. So hopefully you guys can join us in that. So I'm looking forward to improving on that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. I easily successfully launched my first online course before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. I was thinking about clarity and control, or maybe the Hijri 45 week year productivity calendar and system. I think that might be a more beneficial one that I might be focused on, inshallah, as an initial course for you guys to take on your own time and your own pace. I'm trying to build a library of courses that I'm offering, as well as the programs. So hopefully I'll be able to launch my first course. If you have any ideas that you would like for me to create a particular course for you guys, let me know. I'll be able to focus on that as well, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Will be greatly appreciated. I easily and successfully published my first book before end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. I haven't been able to really do that yet. I'm actually looking forward to writing my first book. I don't know what to call it, but I'm thinking maybe Completely Maximize Your Life or Maximized or something along those lines. If you guys have any title ideas, I'll be more than happy to look into that, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully completed at least 10 paid speaking engagements. This year I haven't been really focused on the paid speaking engagements, so I haven't really done much. Actually, no, I did one. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So 9 to go. I got a lot of room to cover on there, so if you guys would like to host me as one of your main or one of your speakers, feel free to send your budget and details to Ridwanullah organization at gmail.com bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. The next goal is I easily and successfully have at least 2 advertisers and or sponsors every month for Ridwanullah TV and or Patreon during 1441 inshallah. I haven't been able to achieve that, so hopefully sooner or later I will. I easily and successfully hosted at least 1 quarterly Ridwanullah retreat before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441 inshallah. I'm actually looking forward to that bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Hopefully that'll get us started. I'm not sure if I will be able to this year, but we can always try inshallah. The next one is I easily and successfully purchased all equipment and or supplies for my online and offline businesses before the end of the Hijjah of 1441. I feel like there's a little bit more important things ahead of this right now that I'm focused on. But inshallah sooner or later I'll be able to get all the things that I need and some. But as of right now I'm not on that tip yet. But looking forward to it bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. The next goal is I easily, successfully and consistently posted content on Ridwanullah organization and Hussein Mohamud YouTube channels before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441 inshallah. And I was able to successfully do that, and I'm continuously improving it. I'm just focused on delivering content right now, and hopefully I can improve the layout and the design and the editing and the graphics and everything else moving forward. As I develop that knowledge and talent and knowledge and skills, I'll be able to hopefully bring other people who have that raw talent and passion for it. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'm successful in that goal, and that's where I'm at with it. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I easily and successfully did my first official closed loop webinar before end of 1441, before end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441 inshallah. I'm looking forward to that bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. I easily and successfully make money online through a closed loop system. I easily and successfully started, let's say, making money online through my closed loop business system before end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441 inshallah. And honestly, that's been one of the biggest successes of my career so far, just knowing that, you know, the concept validation of the online business, and not just something that I just threw up online, but an idea that I've created and that I love and that I believe in, which is the Ridwanullah University's Life Maximization program and the other 2 programs to come, and hopefully the courses that I'll be developing bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So keep that in mind and keep up to date and check in the progress. That was a huge goal achievement. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Slowly but surely just keeps increasing my business bank account. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I easily and successfully improved my now life financial freedom and work slash business maximization concepts, chunks, focuses, and strategic system and workflow before end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. It is a mouthful, but it makes sense to me. And I've been improving on that a lot, which is amazing. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And I'm slowly but surely continuously working on improving on that as well. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. The next one is I easily and successfully and publicly declared my (1441) goals, dreams, and resolutions before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. This actually usually happens in the beginning of the year. And I'll actually just move it some other time, inshallah. And I was able to actually achieve that. You can go back and watch it. I thought I would have to do it for 2020. But by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I was able to switch back to my Hijri calendar and just continue on from there. So I'm back on my grind. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So I was able to successfully achieve that goal, and that's where I'm at with that goal. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. The next goal is I easily and successfully published at least 12 life financial freedom and work slash businesses, business maximization, monthly goals reports before end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshaAllah. And alhamdulillah, I've done 4 successful consistently, and this is something that I love doing. Even though it gets really, really hard at times, I'm still on my grind. We're 4 months into the year, and this is the 4th one. We have 8 more to go, and that's what I'm looking forward to, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. The next goal is I easily and successfully explored and capitalized on other business opportunities, partnerships, and investments before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshaAllah. And I'm looking forward to that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Haven't really had the capacity and capability right now, but that's something that I'm always keeping an eye on. The next goal is I easily and successfully explored halal tech business, personal and business apps and software opportunities before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. Obviously I haven't done that. It's a little bit confusing on the wording, so I'll be able to improve on that next time, inshallah. The next goal is I easily and successfully found and chose and focused on my vertical offer before end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. As of right now, that one is Ridwanullah University for me. It might change in the future, but I'm just focused on the Ridwanullah University programs along with other things. But that's pretty much it, inshallah. The next one is I easily and successfully gave more time to my business to be as productive as possible, inshallah, before end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. There's a lot of business goals that I'm still thinking through right now. And I'm just going to add them right now. This one I'll be able to update then. So that's one of them that I'm thinking about right now. I just got to figure out how to get to that next level in that area, which will help me in my passion and purpose-driven dream business, which is the Islamic personal professional development, Ridwanullah maximization business that I'm focused on right now. I can't think of anything else right now. Actually, there is one I'm just putting as a placeholder right now so I could develop it more and make it better. That's just more mainly like a to-do list or a task. What else? I think that's it for right now in terms of my businesses, honestly. Side hustles and arbitrage, business goals and resolutions. I easily and successfully got rid of my old business inventory. I'm slowly but surely getting rid of them. There's very little left, and hopefully I can get rid of it before the end of Dhul Hijjah 1441, inshallah. I easily and successfully sold a lot of unwanted personal business stuff online and started online and or retail arbitrage / flipping business before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441. Haven't really focused on that or started that yet. But that is something that I'm still interested in, but there's so much on my plate that I'm still trying to figure this whole thing out, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. And that's pretty much it as far as I can think of with my finances and work part of my life. And inshallah I'll take a pause and then I'll finish this up some other time in the next probably day or so, and then I'll be posting it before the end of the week, hopefully, inshallah. So I'll be checking back with you guys then, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is the final piece of this monthly goals report. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. I just found some time to kind of get it done. So hopefully we can finish this off. If I'm not mistaken, we were on the Ummah and World category, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So I'll just be going over the overall and in specific parts of that part of my life, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So let's see. Okay. That's pretty slow, isn't it? Okay. So the Ummah and the World, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Just to kick it off, some of the general ones that I have is and these are a lot placeholders because I'm so busy with the other parts of my life. I barely have enough time for that as it is. I don't have that much time to focus on the Ummah and the World right now, which is in retrospect or in essence me focusing on my deen and my productivity, my deen and self, family and relatives, finances and work, is actually working within my Ummah and World. So that's another thing to consider, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, if that makes any sense. So the first one here is I easily and successfully continued to build Ridwanullah Foundation. Throughout 1441, inshallah. So that's just another goal that I have. I haven't really done much with it, to be quite honest with you. So inshallah, hopefully before the end of the year we can get a few activities in, and hopefully more in the future, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's where I'm at with that goal. The next one is I easily and successfully built a volunteer team for Ridwanullah Foundation before the end of 1441, inshallah. Obviously that's related to the first one, so if that's not going anywhere, then the volunteers is not anywhere right now to be found. So hopefully once I'm able to get everything together, I'll be able to gather a group of volunteers, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So I haven't been able to do much with that either, and that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully addressed, that's a private one, so we'll just move on from there. I haven't really done that directly, but I've been doing some indirect work with that goal, so I'm in the process of that right now, but I haven't really done much with it either. So that's where I'm at with that goal, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. The next goal is I easily and successfully, this is a private one, before the end of the Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. So I haven't really been focused on that much again, but I'm still in the process of things right now with that particular goal since it's private. I haven't really done much, but I did some on a beginner level, so hopefully I can continue that bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Then getting on to the specific category, masjid and friend goals, is I easily and successfully provided at least one Ramadan iftar at the masjid before the end of the Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Ramadan is still coming up, so that's something that is on the list for me, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. I easily and successfully helped with masjid's Ramadan management before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Obviously that's in Ramadan. We haven't reached Ramadan yet, even though it's fastly approaching. So that's what I'm looking at there. The next one is I easily and successfully helped with Eid, prayer, leadership, and management before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. And obviously Eid and everything is still coming up in the process, so looking forward to that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, and that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully, this one is a private one, before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Haven't really done much with that yet, but we still have more than half the year left. So inshallah, and when I say year, I'm referring to the Hijri year. That's the one that I'm really basing my whole goal, productivity, life, financial freedom, and business on as of right now, just in case anybody's wondering. I'll kind of have to keep repeating that. So just, if you know it, bear patience. If not, this is for the new individuals, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. The next goal is a private one, before the end of the Hijjah of 1441. Haven't really done much with that goal yet either, but inshallah, that's something that's still on my list, and hopefully we can get it done. The next goal is I easily and successfully helped improve our Islamic children and youth lives before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Haven't been able to do much with that yet. Every now and then I communicate with them on a regular basis and try to deliver as much value as I possibly can to our children and youth. But at the same time, they need a lot more time and attention that I'm trying to utilize properly and hopefully share with them as well, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's where I'm at with that goal. This one is easily and successfully met with the brother about our Islamic children and youth in Salt Lake City, Utah, before the end of the Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. That's something that's been here for a little while, so hopefully I can get around to getting that taken care of, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. The next goal is I easily and successfully hosted our third annual Ridwanullah Brothers Iftar in before end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshaAllah. That's usually the Saturday before the last 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. So that's something that we've been doing. I think it's been 2 years now. We're going on the third year, hence the third annual. But inshallah, hopefully we can figure that out and get it all together. It's a fun time with, very close friends, new friends, amazing vibe. It's pretty much a free event as long as you register and you pay for your own food, basically. So that way, it's not burden on one particular person. Everybody takes care of their portion. We enjoy our time. So that's still coming up, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So something to mark your calendars on. As far as I remember, it's still in Salt Lake City, Utah, where we're based out of. So that's what we're going to focus on, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's still not yet. So that's where I'm at with that goal. The next one is I easily and successfully returned a book back to a friend before the end of the Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Embarrassingly, this is a very simple task that I've been putting off for a long time. So hopefully we can get it done sooner than later, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. The next goal is I easily and successfully helped Masjid al-Huda successfully host Quran graduation event before end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. And that was an amazing success that we've had this year. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, and hopefully there's more of those types of events to come here in Salt Lake City, Utah, and across the world, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So that was one of the most amazing events that I was ever a part of. How hectic everything was, but more amazingly, how everybody came together, worked as a team. Aside from all the problems and challenges we've had, we've executed an amazing event. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So that was an amazing success. So that concludes masjid and friend goals. The next one is neighbors and community goals. I easily and successfully got to know my neighbors better before the end of the Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. So we're looking towards really, I haven't really gotten deeper into, meeting my neighbors and communicating with them properly, even though we do that to whatever capacity that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows us. I'm looking to establish it more and make it better. So hopefully when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows me, I'll have more time with that. But I haven't really started much of it. But even though here and there, greeting and things like that, and conversating every now and then is where we're at with it right now. So that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully hosted or was a part of at least 2 neighbors and community meetings before the end of the Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. That's similar to the first one. Really haven't done much with it, and I think all the other ones before are a little bit more priority as of right now. But I'm looking forward to doing that hopefully in the near future, inshallah. That's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully did as many community service projects as possible before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. I haven't really done much in terms of community service project just because of my schedule, but I'm looking forward to engaging a little bit more on that one, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And that's pretty much it for neighbors and community goals right now. Next goal is city and state goals. I easily and successfully explored meetings with leaders in our city and state before the end of Dhul Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Haven't really done much with that yet. Still trying to see what that looks like in terms of my schedule, the needs and wants that are out there, as well as my goals, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully helped with the homeless in our city and state as much as possible at least through Project T. This is a one-time event that we started a long time ago, project, but for some reason didn't get around to it again before the end of the Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. So looking forward to getting back into the swing of things with that. Right now, there's a lot of things that I'm really focused on that takes more priority as of right now. But hopefully when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows me some time, I'll be able to focus on that as well. So haven't really started that yet, and that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully helped a specific organization as much as possible before the end of the Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Haven't been able to do much of that. The same story, haven't started it yet, but looking forward to it, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, and that's where I'm at with that goal. The next goal is I easily and successfully helped our city and state with Eid celebration before the end of the Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. So I'm looking forward to that, still to come, and that's where I'm at with that goal. Next goal is I easily and successfully held and or was a part of 2 Islamic leadership meetings and or activities in our cities and state before the end of the Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. So that's something else that I'm still looking forward to, and hopefully we can get it together and get it done, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. And those are the ones that I can think about in terms of the city and state. Moving on to the country and world goals. I easily and successfully continue to do work through Islamic non-profit organizations before the end of the Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. This goes along with the previous ones, but I haven't been able to do much time with it. I am meeting with a couple of Islamic nonprofit organizations here and there, and I'm working heavily with one of them specifically. So I'm still trying to, at least heavily to the capacity that I have right now, and hopefully more to come, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So I haven't really done much with that, but I'm looking forward to getting into the swing of things right now. And I'm in the transition going from the Gregorian calendar going back completely to the Hijri calendar. So that's where I'm at with that goal right now. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. The next goal is I easily and successfully helped as many community service and foundation work within our ummah and country. Within our country and ummah before end of 1441, inshallah. I'm still trying to word my goals a little bit better. But that's where I'm at with that particular goal, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, and I haven't really done much with it yet. So I'm looking forward to improving on that as well, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. The next country and world goal is I easily and successfully helped with Beledweyne flooding aid before the end of the Hijjah of 1441. Inshallah, and alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, we did whatever we could to whatever capacity that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helped us with. So that I would consider a micro success on my end, and hopefully and overall it looked like a macro success for all of us in Somalia and across the world that helped out, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. The next goal is I easily and successfully helped with Yemen's famine as much as possible before end of the Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Even though there's a lot more still to be done based on one of my Yemeni friends that I recently met with after setting this goal for a couple of months now. There's still a lot of help that's needed. Everybody take care of whatever capacity that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted them. And we did that, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, and there's still a lot more to go, so we're looking forward to that bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, as much as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows us. The next goal is I easily and successfully completed, this one is a private one. I'm almost done with it. I think I have a couple of months left, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, so I'm looking forward to that bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And I feel like since I was in transition between the years, I've lost a couple of goals that I should have had in this year. But I'm going to try to add as much as I can and then reset a completely new goals for the new year 1442 bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. The next goal is I easily and successfully kept an eye out for other needs, wants of individuals and individuals, families, and organizations within our country, ummah, and world. Before the end of the Hijjah of 1441, inshallah. Haven't been able to do much of that. I'm just keeping an eye out though, but I haven't done anything actively, and obviously because of the time, but I'm looking forward to improving on that one as well, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And that's actually the last goal that I have in all of my life as of right now, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, which means that concludes the monthly goals report as of right now. So I hope that you guys have gained some sort of insights or breakthroughs that are helping you with your life goals as of right now, whether that's your productivity, your life in general, your financial freedom, and or your business, which this whole channel is based on. Then that's amazing. That allows me to build my own goals in life, as well as help you do the same and more, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So that is pretty much it as of right now, and I usually like to leave the most important lesson that I've learned, and then a challenge for you guys, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, and we'll summarize and conclude this. But before I do that, jazakumullahu khair to our default sponsor, Ridwanullah organization, which is an aspiring global conglomerate primarily focused on and designed to help you completely maximize your productivity, life, financial freedom, and business in this dunya and in the akhirah for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you could visit more of it at ridwanullah.com. And if you would like to sponsor this channel, send your budget and request budget and details to Ridwanullah organization at gmail.com, and we'll be gladly able to work with you, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. In terms of reminders of announcements and updates, there's not much that I can think about as of right now. I am in the process of completely changing what I'm focusing on right now in my life and through this channel and business. And that's basically going to be focused on 4 parts as of right now, and then creating 4 shows, as hard as that might be, and then building 4 programs behind that, and then however many courses that is needed to be able to get us to that next level, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's the general idea that I have going on as of right now, and a lot of stuff in the background that I'm working on. So I have a Ridwanullah, through Ridwanullah University, there's 4 programs. One of the programs I haven't started yet, which I'm going to be focused on, is called the Productivity Maximization Program. So hopefully you guys will be able to join that program. It's exclusively online as of right now. And and then we'll be able to build on from there, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. I still have the life maximization program, but I might be able to shut that down for just a minute, enough to get the productivity maximization program. So the few students that we have in the life maximization program will most likely be transitioned into the productivity maximization program, and then eventually have the other 3 programs after that for you guys to take advantage of. So some things to keep in mind, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. If the free content that is extremely valuable is sufficient for you, then great. But if you want to dive a little bit deeper and get a little bit more and have a lot more of your questions answered, then it's best for you to join the programs, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So that is pretty much it. With the reminders of the sponsorships, announcements, and updates, and going a little bit into details with it. And so the challenge that I have for you is to set and achieve your own goals in your productivity, your life, your financial freedom, and business, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, or whichever one that you have, or you're after, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. And then, go after it. Make it public if you can. If you can't, then, keep it private, but review it on a monthly basis like I'm doing here with you guys on my own goals. Hopefully it gives you a little bit of insight, energy, and excitement, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So that's my challenge. If you accept it, leave a comment on the link below and comment yes, I'm in, or something along those lines, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. And the most important lesson that I've learned in Rabi-II, I believe, is the month that we're doing the monthly goals report in, is that hard work pays off. I didn't believe it for a long time. It was more like something that I said. But I genuinely believe it now, that hard and smart work really, really pays off. So you don't be afraid of the hard and smart work. Put it in, and whatever comes out of it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, hopefully Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with it, and we will be pleased with it, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So that is pretty much it, Ridwanullah family. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you guys for sticking with me throughout all this journey. Hopefully you guys can see, the lessons I'm learning and how I'm growing and developing. The goals that I thought was impossible are actually within reach. The ones that I was hoping to are actually a part of my past, present, or near future. And I hope that it is the same for you as well. It's a long marathon, not a sprint. Even though we have to sprint in certain places throughout the marathon, it's a long approach, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So keep grinding, keep hustling, keep making moves for your goals and dreams. And before we completely sign out, to our Ridwanullah family who've been loyal subscribers from the beginning, Jazakumullahu khair. If you haven't subscribed yet, please press the subscribe button to join our Ridwanullah family. If you've liked this video, please press the like button. That helps us grow. Leave your comments below on what you thought about my monthly goals reports, any insights, any amazing things that you've heard so far that I've said, or you either thought about on your own through the inspiration of this monthly goals report. Leave it in the comments below. I read all of the comments as much as I can, even though, and I respond to all of them, even though there's very, very small engagement as of right now. Hopefully it gets better and better throughout time. So yeah, and if you know somebody that could benefit from this monthly goals report, this Rabi-II 1441, please share this with them. Hopefully it gives them the inspiration, energy, excitement, inspiration, and motivation that they need to be able to, completely maximize their productivity, life, financial freedom, and business, fit dunya wal akhirah, or work and or business. Fit dunya wal akhirah, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. And again, that helps the channel grow as well. The more people that we reach, the more people we're able to help through the content that we're producing, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh, last thing, visit Ridwanullah.com. That's where I'm still trying to build the website and try to, put a lot of free, valuable resources on. That's where our centralized location is. That's where you'll be able to find some, if not all, of the social media links that you can connect through with us. If you recommend a specific social media, please let us know as well. And that's pretty much it. Jazakumullahu khair, Ridwanullah family, for tuning into another episode of Ridwanullah TV's Monthly Goals Report. I'm your host, Productivity, Life, Financial Freedom, and Work Maximizer, Hussein Mohamud, working to help you completely maximize your productivity, life, financial freedom, and work in this dunya and in the akhirah for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.